astrologer, Demira Ghetto Goddess, Demira Jazzy Jupiter. And this video is about me being summoned to go to court because I don't agree with the school system. Okay. My son and my daughter has been missing a handful of days, and I have been called up to answer why. Now, I don't like to answer to no one, okay? And that has a lot to do with my energies. I don't need any outsiders to have any type of authority on me because I know how to handle that my own. This system has been set in place for way before I was even born, and me being born into this system that was already in place and going to school, which is the third house, like I mentioned in the third house video, has a lot to do with what's in your third house. If you could even, deal with school. Not everybody can, okay? That's the third house. If you have planets in the third house that is hindering you from doing good in their school system, the Pell immigrant school system, then, it's going to be hard for you. So I have 3 or more planets in the third house. The school system never interests me at all. Now, if they had a school for us with something that actually came from our culture, like astrology, I would have passed. Because basically everything in the school system is what they want you to know. It's really not even teaching about real, true history. Like, I'm finding out about African queens off of YouTube. They don't teach that. And it's the reason for everything. But when I say I could keep authority over myself, I mean it. Now, that goes to one of the 42 laws of Ma'at, where that reads, Law 16, I keep my own counsel, okay? These are the laws that I go by. I had to educate myself. I never was really with the structure of this whole invaders system. Never was. But I go to court actually Monday, and what they do with our children is put them in the system if the parent is locked up. So I'm not a part of your system. I'm indigenous. Me and my children are indigenous to this land. So I have rights to not put my children in their school system. And I read those rights right out of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. So, me just going willingly walk into their court system, no, it's cuckoo. You know, I don't have any fear of them at all. I never did. Um, and that's why they always try to mess with me wherever I go. You know, I'm mainly home. When I do go out, I go to the store, take care of what I gotta take care of, and I'm back inside. Um, yeah, it's not enough of us that is educated on this. You know, you don't have to put your children in their schools. Now, I know we don't have, a lot of indigenous schools out here, which I'm thinking of Dr. Umar right now. He has been getting that in order. I think he does have a school, couple schools. I'm gonna have to look into that more. But I used to watch him, listen to him, and that's what I know he was doing at one time with getting our own schools as indigenous Pan African people. So, you know, I'm not with getting educated from the enemies. Like, I'm not with that. Um, it's like, you know, our brain is actually 360 degrees. Their brain is not even as big as ours. And for us to go into their schools and study and learn what they have for us to learn is insane. You know, kudos to the people that graduated, but you're actually miseducated. Okay, you're actually miseducated. And hold on, found it. The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter Goodwin Woodson. Okay. This book is, I listened to the audio, but I had to purchase the book. All right. A lot of people are miseducated, and I see a lot of folks, oh, I graduated. You're miseducated. Okay. You only learn what, they want you to know. You don't, know what you actually need to know. So, chapter 1 is the seat of the trouble. The seat of the trouble. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Chapter 1, the seat of the trouble. The educated Negroes have the attitude of contempt toward their own people, because in their own as well as in their mixed schools, Negroes are taught to admire Hebrew, the Greek, the Latin, and the Teuton, and to despise the African. Of the hundreds of Negro high schools recently examined by an expert in the United States Bureau of Education, only 18 offer a course taking up the history of the Negro, and and in most of the Negro colleges and universities where the Negro is of thought of, the race is studied only as a problem or dismissed as of little consequence. For example, an officer of a Negro university thinking that an additional course on the Negro should be given there called upon a Negro doctor of philosophy of the faculty to offer such work. He promptly informed the officer that he knew nothing about the Negro. He did not go to school to waste his time that way. He went to be educated in a system which dismisses the Negro as a non-entity. At a Negro summer school 2 years ago, a white instructor gave a course on the Negro using for his text a work which teaches that whites are superior to the blacks. When asked by one of the students why he used such a textbook, the instructor replied that he wanted them to get that point of view. Even schools for Negroes then are places where they must be convicted of their inferiority. The thought of the inferiority of the Negro is drilled into him in almost every class he enters, and in almost every book he studies. If he happens to leave school after he masters the fundamentals, before he finishes high school or reaches college, he will naturally escape some of this bias and may recover in time to be of service to his people. Practically, all of the successful Negroes in this country are of the uneducated type, or of that of Negroes who had no formal education at all. The large majority of the Negroes who have put on the finishing touches of our best colleges are all but worthless in the development of their people. If after leaving school they have the opportunity to give out to Negroes what traduction of the race would like to have it learned, such persons may thereby earn a living at teaching or preaching what they have been taught, but they never become a constructive force in the development of the race. The so-called school then becomes a questionable factor in the life of this despised people. So that's the start of it. This is something that is very important. They always talk about um, all over, and people think that going into your enemy school system that you're getting educated correctly, but you're not. I think it's funny that Negroes teach English, okay? Because you're not from England, and if you are from England, you're still a Negro that was taught how the pale people wanted you to be taught. It's a lot, but yeah, we are indigenous. There needs to be indigenous schools. Um, I'm not with what's in the school system at all. At all. Never been with it. I heard all you need to do is learn how to, of course, read and write, count money, um, you know, just to, you know, I really feel that there needs to be a school to teach astrology, and I'm starting it just with my channel right now, because that was the root of our ancestors who studied the planets, and a lot of the pale people, children, they all went to, and they know about astrology. That's why really they got ahead. Learning about astrology is important because you can learn how you think, how you operate, you know, where your Mercury is, how you think and communicate, where other planets are, the wisdom planet, which is Jupiter, because not everybody is. We all come here with a purpose, okay? And it's not everybody's purpose to be programmed going to a Pell immigrant school system. That's basically a robot system. Wake up in the morning before 7, get dressed, go to school, and then the first thing in the morning is Aries house. Okay, that's 5, 6 in the morning, then going on 7, 8 in the morning. That's Pisces house. That's the illusional house. That's why you still be tired in the morning. Most of the people, I'm not gonna say everybody, depending on what you have in the 12th house. So, yeah, this video was about the miseducation of the Negro, me having to go to courts, and yeah, I'm not fearful at all. I know who I am. I know who my children are. I know what's best for them, and I don't need an outsider to tell me that. So, yeah, I am Demara the astrologer, Demara Ghetto Goddess, Demara Jazzy Jupiter. Thanks for watching. Until next time.